So it's currently selling for 100 million.
How did it start?
Okay, so it started at 45. Yeah, it started at 45. So real estate actually works.
Thank you for having me in your site today, Architect Olamidun.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure having you.
So I've been following your status back to back, and I'm like, no, I need to come and see what my brother is saying here on site. By the way, this is my brother. I'm French. We met in a group, but today, thank God for that group, and we are here to tour his site. So, what's the name of this project?
Okay, so this is Clarion Terraces by the Detail Apartments.
Detailed apartments.
Yes.
Really
yes.
detailed, because I went in and I saw what I know what I saw. They are really detailed. So thank you for having us on site today at such a short notice.
Yes.
So tell us about this site. So what's going on here? What are you building here?
Thank you very much. Okay, on this site here, the site measures about 12,000 square meters. On it, we designed a community that will be home to 54 families, 54 families.
Okay.
And so we actually have 18 blocks of 3-in-1, 3-bedroom terrace duplexes. And what I mean by 3-in-1 is that we have 18 blocks and we have 3 units per block. And so 18 by 3 is 54. And each of those units is a 3-bedroom and a BQ terrace.
Oh, duplex. Wow. Okay. I missed the BQ part. Yes. So I actually saw the rooms.
Yes.
We may have to tour the house later.
Yeah.
But I saw the rooms. They are really beautiful, really detailed. And I saw what you did here, like a minimalist kind of finishing. Yes. Is there a reason you chose that as against the those bulky and extravagant chandeliers and all that kind of finishing? But here you just have minimalist but as well beautiful, breathtaking. Okay. What's the inspo behind that?
Okay, so we did a lot of market research and also trying to ensure that we deliver exactly what people want. For us, we wanted to be able to do what people can afford. And because we know the kind of market segments that we want to serve. People looking for houses that are very functional, very well finished, yet somewhat affordable. I know affordability is actually something that's relative. When I say affordable, nothing really is affordable. But for the segment that we're trying to serve, what is it that we can bring to market that isn't so pricey and that still allows them the opportunity to express themselves? So being minimalist is more or less giving your homeowner the opportunity to improve on what you have already done in a manner that, okay, you have given me a template, you're giving like a base template, I can now improve on that, to express myself however I want to. Given that a few people may want, this very embellished or baroque kind of finish where they want very outlandish finishing. But then again, if you do that to begin with, you are delivering at a higher price point, making it more expensive. Then also you kind of make it impossible for people to express themselves the way they want to. So that's why we chose the minimalist approach.
Great, amazing. So what inspired you to start the construction project?
Okay, for me, well, I'm an architect to begin with. Okay, so this is what I've done all my life. And over the years, I've been able to gain a lot of experience, building for people, consulting for people. And I was able to know enough that people aren't quite served the way they should be. And that gap itself of where people pay a lot of money and maybe by reason of the inexperience of the developer, or maybe the not so good intent of the developer, to deliver value. People don't get the kind of homes that they are well deserving of. I saw that I was actually quite frustrated with it because I actually did consult for a number of people before establishing this brand, the Detail Apartments. And I wanted people to be able to see that it was possible to actually buy houses that are not very high end, but still get very decent finishing. Okay, so that was the inspiration, and it's part of the reasons why we are here today, and also an inspiration behind the name as well. You know, the detail apartments. You know, all about detail, ensuring that, you know, regardless of the kind of unit you are allocated, you can actually step into the unit and not know where you were. So, as good as it is that you've seen in this particular unit, it's the same way it has been replicated in all units across the site.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. So, how has the journey been so far on this? So, like you said before we started the interview.
Yes.
So, this project started in 2023.
Yeah, 2023.
So,
correct.
how has the journey been?
It's been challenging. It's been challenging. I mean, I would be lying if I said it's been smooth.
Yeah.
But you see, the thing is that I don't think I would have had this in any other way, you know, because I always knew that construction brings challenges, and it's part of the reasons why I like it, because there's always a problem to solve, you know, and there's always a way to come about a solution, you know, that will be very much appreciated by those who are trying to deliver it for. It's been challenging in the sense that, of course, we had to deal with inflation, had to deal with so many other things that people don't see, you know, in front of the cameras, you know, that we deal behind the scenes. But it's been a very rewarding one, you know, because not one subscriber or homeowner has complained about the quality of our work. And for us, you know, it's more or less like a pat on the back. When you see that people appreciate what you've done, you know, and they also tell people about it, that goes to what they're doing there. So the vote of confidence for us makes every rigor that we've gone through very much worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And knowing where we come from, perfection is not negotiable. Where we come from, it's not. We deliver perfection.
Yes.
Thank you, and I like the fact that for you, because that's something we do not see in a lot of construction sites.
Yeah.
I like the fact that for you, it's like if I can't live in it, if it is not up to what I would live in, I would not sell it. So personally, that's one thing I look out for when I go for any inspection. So I do not, at least there are things that you can manage, especially because you are not serving yourself, you are serving clients. There are things that you can manage, but there are some things that it shouldn't be. Why is this thing like this? Why is this thing bent? Why is this place? You are just building and this thing is already, what's going on? So I like the fact that you pay particular attention to details. It's a plus for me any day. I just want to ask from out of the box, it's not among my questions, but have your relationship with the state government, knowing how, because I was just saying something that when I go to sites, there are things that I do not want to see. And one of those things is LASPA, LAPSCA, and the rest of that. I do not want to see.
The big X that you see on most sites.
Yes, right? the stop work order and the rest of that. Yeah. So how have your relationship been with the Lagos State government? Have you had any of such ordeals, and how what led to it, and how was it handled?
Okay, so their policies, their processes that guide building developments.
Yes.
Okay, and for Lagos State is no different. There are certain things that you must do, okay, so that you are not caught on the wrong side of the law. Where you see sites with some sort of X sign, it means there's a contravention, and it means that the developer or that particular development actually is contravening a particular law or a particular whatever it is that has to do with building, construction, or development. There's something that's been contravened.
Yes.
And the agencies that have been set up, you know, Lagos State Physical Planning Permit Authority, Lagos State Building Control Agency, and they go about ensuring that developments are done in a manner that is fit for habitation. Okay. So the reason why we don't have any issues whatsoever is because we are compliant. From the get-go, we processed our building plan approvals. And it was possible because we have a title that is not defective. Okay? You need to have a title before you can even apply for your building permit.
Yeah.
And when the building permit has also been granted, you also need to ensure that you invite the Lagos State Building Control Agency for what you call your stage certification. So they come at every stage to ensure that you are compliant, you know, with the drawings that you submitted, and also you are building right. And so when you do that and you don't have any issues at all, they won't come and then start to mark your buildings up and down. And for us, it's more or less like the confidence that is now reposed on us by our subscribers, knowing that we do things right. And we explain to them what to expect. You know, so many people will say, don't worry, they are troublemakers, is why they came to mark the buildings. But whereas there's something that they have contravened on, which they are not actually being very truthful about. So we have not had any issues when it comes to contraventions, because we have been compliant so far, and we intend to continue to do that across our projects.
I love that vote of confidence. At least the fact that you come to a site and you do not see any stop work order, there's no mighty X on the gate and all that, is a vote of confidence. Whenever you see that kind of site, rush that property. I mean, in this Lagos, that you will not walk out of every 10 construction coming up, you have like 9 already marked. I don't know why anyways, but that you are not seeing it in his own. It's something really commendable, and I must commend you for that. So can you walk us through what we have here? So like you said, you have 54 units, 18 blocks, 3-bedroom flats, fully
terrace duplexes.
Pardon me, terrace duplex. So he's not building flats, at least not on this construction. He's building terrace duplexes, and they are all fully, they are all en suite. Kitchen furnished?
Yes, it is. So the kitchen actually comes with the following appliances: a microwave. Okay. It comes with a canopy, that's the hood extractor. It comes with a 5-in-1 burner.
Wow.
Yes, exactly. And then of course it comes with a kitchen sink as well. But we also do make provision for an oven, should the homeowner want to get an oven, and also a washing machine. Okay. And then there's also a dedicated space for an inverter system as well.
Okay. I saw a space for a fridge.
Yes. So, and a fridge, yes.
So
a double door
fridge. So does it come with the fridge?
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't come with it.
Not,
but I mean, to come with all that, how much did you sell this project again?
So it's currently selling for 100 million.
How did it start? Okay,
so it started at 45. Yeah, it started at 45. So real estate actually works. And if we do the numbers, okay, 45 to 100 is over 100%.
Of course.
And so tell me what kind of assets category would deliver that to you in that kind of a period. Yeah. So
I really
real estate is very real. And for subscribers who keyed in, you know, that early, I mean, people are very happy. And you know what, they're even happier because of where that value is headed. And by the way, the 100 million is actually below market, because around us this same property is selling for 120. Okay, so by the time we're done with the construction of the estate and we are ready to commission it, I expect the value to even hit as much as 130 million.
Oh wow. Yes. So did you hear that? So these houses at the moment are selling at 100 million. By the way, he is fully sold out.
Yep.
He is fully sold out. So it is the clients that are now reselling. So those of you that think that real estate doesn't work, I don't even know if there's anybody that thinks in today's world that real estate does not work, especially in Lagos. Where have you been all your life? I mean, so this project is right now selling at 100 million. Few units available. Not everybody is selling, but some of his clients are reselling. But it started 2 years ago at 45 million. So is this your first project, like on this scale?
On this scale, yes. But it's not my first.
Let me rephrase that question. Okay. So is this your first development project, not like you're building for a client? Your first project?
No, it's not.
It's not. Okay, so tell us about your other project.
Okay, so the very first project I delivered was a set of terraces, however, on 2 floors. Okay. This is one floor, that's G+1. So I delivered the G+2 terrace. Very nice. I mean, I can even show some pictures after the interview. I did 6 units there in Thomas Estate, and then we found ourselves here, doing almost 10x.
Of course, 6 units, almost 10x.
Yes.
Okay. So after this, what next?
Oh yeah, so we have other projects ongoing. As a matter of fact, before coming to meet you here, I actually was coming from another project of ours called Aster 18. Aster 18 is a development where we're doing 18 units of 3-bedroom and a BQ terrace duplexes. Then again, we have another project that's under construction. We're doing 12 units of apartments and maisonettes. That is at Alpha Beach.
Alpha Beach. So 12 units of apartments, of maisonettes
And apartments.
at an apartment
Yes.
at Alpha Beach.
Alpha Beach.
And 18 units
Of terraces.
terraces,
Yes.
3 bedrooms.
3 bedrooms at Elemoro.
Elemoro.
Yes.
Where's Elemoro?
Elemoro is after Lakwe Golf Estate Junction.
And where is Alpha Beach?
So Alpha Beach is just after Chevron. After Chevron.
I'm actually asking for the people
All
that
right,
do not
yeah.
know.
Alpha Beach just after
Asking for a
Chevron.
neighbor.
Yeah. And you know, I can actually share
The Google.
Google Pin
Okay.
locations, so
Okay.
that your subscribers can actually see the location of our estate.
Okay, that's amazing. Great. All right, so moving on. So we have that already in the oven, still cooking. Do you want to tell us how much you are selling at?
Okay, so for Aster 18,
Okay.
we're currently selling
That's
at
the one at Elemoro.
Elemoro. Aster 18 is selling at 85 million
Okay.
today. Of course, there are payment plans, meaning that subscribers can actually choose between 6, 12, 18, and 24 months for Aster 18. For the
Okay.
payment plans, I'll share with you so you can share with
Of course.
your viewers, okay? But for the project at Alpha Beach, the apartments and maisonettes, it is still pre-market.
Okay.
So we haven't started selling yet.
So are we going to have the privilege
Yes.
of knowing before?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm talking about now.
No. So it's still too early, okay? But properties in that neighborhood go for over 100 million.
Okay.
Yes. But we actually want people to see the structures, right? We want to build it up, and then we can release it to the market.
All right.
Yes.
So even though it's still going to come off plan, they want to start the structure so that when you come to site, you see something, not bare land. All right. So that's what.
We are currently on the second floor
No
of
way.
that project.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
We are currently on the second floor.
Second floor.
Yes.
Oh wow. So how many stories are we
3
doing?
stories.
Okay.
So after the second floor, we have one more floor, and then we're done.
And then you're done. Oh wow, that's amazing. So what challenges have you faced on this site so far, and how did you overcome them, or how are you overcoming them?
The challenges have come in different forms. I've alluded to some of them, but let me just go over them. The first is hyperinflation, and how that affected the prices of materials and also the cost of delivering, the units that, we've built so far. It was a challenge because you have already sold houses at a certain price. And one thing about us is that when people buy houses, we do not like to go back to, say, add money, because if that which you're diligent with in terms of pricing and financing, you also want people to be able to enjoy a return, on their investment. So we didn't go back to our subscribers to ask for more money, okay? But we actually had to, project manage in a manner that we went through a lot of value engineering. We're assessing our processes, reviewing how, we could mitigate the challenge of hyperinflation, and we're able to overcome that. Other challenges ranging from supply chain disruption of key materials. There are times when certain key inputs such as sand, cement were scarce. Of course, this drove up prices. It affected the pace of construction. Then, of course, you have challenges that have to deal with human resources, labor, workers. That's a growing challenge every single day, to ensure that people deliver the houses the way it should be delivered.
Yeah.
Project management, I think we had that sorted out from the get-go. We are very good at what we do. These are some of the challenges that we faced over the years, and we are happy that the project is coming to a completion later this year.
Oh, great. Amazing. So what trends do you see shaping the future of real estate, especially in Lagos?
So people have moved from, I think, aesthetics to functionality. Okay, and that's because things are so expensive that you have to be able to, for developers now, stay competitive. Staying competitive is delivering houses to people at prices that make it worth it, make them see a return, and that means you have to build efficiently. So rather than very big spaces, you see people doing more spaces that are functional, and then again, it makes it possible for them to deliver the houses at price points that are affordable. I see the short space has become like very very hot, particularly
I was going to come
for
to that.
periods in the year where you have the diasporans coming, you have them seeking opportunities to lodge and all of that. So it's really driven that side of the market where people are securing properties because it's a means for them earning passive income. When they do up the property, then they put it up for short less, and then it's in a very nicely finished environment that encourages people to lodge where there's no problems. Because people who want to lodge, they don't want any issues at all. They just want somewhere where they can put their head, and then everything is basically sorted.
Yes.
So I see that really influencing the real estate space going forward. That's about it.
Okay. So I'll just skip some questions here because we have to round this up. I think it will getting too long. But if you could go back in time, what would you have done differently on this project? Is there something you would change? Is there something? What exactly would you have done differently?
Well, what would I have done differently? Well, that's a very interesting question, given the fact that we thought through this project very well before we even started. And by virtue of how diligent we've been and meticulous we've been with our construction, which is a testament to how people have applauded our work here, there's very little that we could have done to change things. But however, there's always a better way of doing things, So for us, probably the way we actually administer the projects, how we project manage all phases of construction, probably we could have squeezed or gained efficiencies here and there, squeezed savings here and there in how we have, because when hyperinflation really hits, it forced us to go back to the drawing board to look at our construction processes. And we became more efficient for the fact that we knew that we couldn't throw so much money around again. And because materials were now expensive. So the efficiency we were able to gain as a result, probably if we applied that from the get-go, we would have had more savings, which would have been more money in our own pockets. But we still bless God for what we are today and how far we've come.
Great. So, what would be your advice to new investors or developers? So, people are new to investing in real estate and also developers.
Okay, you know how they say cash is king, right? Documentation is king when it comes to real estate, okay? And you can't start a journey, be it a developer and investor, when it's shaky on the documentation part of things, because it's that foundation that everything that you do, the entire value chain rests on. And so because Lagos is particularly hot, and that's not trying to be an alarmist, but it just shows that you have to do all you can to ensure that your title, the basis on which you even start any transaction, is solid, that there are no encumbrances, that you also do all necessary checks, and also you are compliant with all the authorities and agencies that have jurisdiction on building development. Again, I actually alluded to that earlier in the interview. The Lagos State Fiscal Planning Permit Authority, LASPA, the Lagos State Building Control Agency, LAPCA, then also Lagos State Real Estate Regulatory Authority, LASFERA. So, there are a number of
That's actually the first point of call.
Okay, yeah,
that's the very first point. You can't do, as of today, you can't do anything. Just if you buy a property from a non-registered broker or company, you yourself, you have already broken the law. Oh,
And then
I
on
don't
your
know
own if something goes wrong.
if
Because
something goes wrong. Yes.
so all those things are things that you need to put into consideration as an investor, as a developer. Documentation is right. Then always work with professionals. I mean, I can't overemphasize this. A lot of people come to me for advice, recommendations, and I always give it to the caveats. Whatever it is that I tell you, okay, still engage somebody who knows it better and that can walk you through it. So as a newbie in the game, you must associate yourselves with those who know better and those who have been practicing it for a while and those who actually are certified and registered to do so. So it's one thing for someone to say, I've been in this for so long and I can give advice, but is the person qualified to do so? It's a plus when the person is qualified to do so because there's somebody who you can hold responsible if things go wrong. So those are the things that you should do if you are investing.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So what's been the most exciting or funny experience on this site?
Hey,
I'm sure there are plenty.
Funny experience. Okay. I think one happened recently. And that's just to show how very meticulous we are. So a client came to site, okay, and was very confident that about their units. And so I came to see that particular client, and the client was matching very confident to it. And I said, this is my unit here. And went to it and said, I started taking pictures of it. And I said, sir, that's not your unit. I was like, what do you mean? I said, let me take you to your own unit. And so by the time I matched him to his own unit, I said, oh, okay, so are you sure this is the house I came to? I said, yeah, this is the house I came to that time. But he said, I thought it was the other one. Why? Why was it funny? It was funny because he couldn't identify his own unit. But I was happy at that because it actually had matched with the objective that we set out for ourselves from the get-go, and that's to deliver every unit, so much so that you cannot tell one unit apart from the other.
Oh, wow.
So all units are that identical in finishing, in form, and also in function.
Oh, wow.
So that's one fun part. I mean, it was funny for me because I mean, you should know me, but then again, I couldn't blame him because all units are just the same.
Are the same. Yeah. Wow, interesting. If this unit was to be a person, if this unit were a person, how would you describe its personality?
Immaculate, suave, bold, detailed, and efficient.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. Yeah. Immaculate, suave, bold, detailed, and efficient. What's the acronym for that? IS.
I wasn't even kidding.
Immaculate, suave, bold, detailed, and efficient. Okay, let's take the detailed to the end. So that's is bad.
Is bad.
Is bad.
Okay, is bad for is bad.
Oh my God!
Bad.
You know.
That kind of thing. All right.
So final question: what does rent in this area command, and how feasible is this project for shoplets, as in Airbnb?
Okay, so rent in this area for this kind of houses, right? The terrace duplexes will go for as high as 6 million, and even more, depending on how well the estate is finished and then the amenities that you have in the estate, which for us is very key because we are stopping at nothing to ensure that everything works in this estate. Again, the objective in that regard is to ensure that people are able to get above the kind of returns that they projected. Again, I mean, our people didn't see it going to over 100 million. They had their doubts, but it is over 100 million per unit, right? So that same way too, the returns they get on their rental, value, should be above and beyond 6M by the time we're done with it. Then the second question about Airbnb, I'm sure there are going to be regulations about how people use the apartment for short lets, right? Because there are going to be estate regulations. But then again, that opportunity is there, because those who have invested will want single kind of outlets, to get passive income, on their investment.
Okay. So can you tell some of the features, amenities that we'll be bringing here?
Oh, thank you. Okay, so thank you for bringing that up. So the estate itself is 400 meters long, and that is the length of an Olympic track. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are creating a jogging trail. Okay, that jogging trail makes it possible for people to wake up in the morning, and jog the entire length of the 400 meters.
Wow.
Okay, so because I'm very conscious about health and fitness. I myself as a person,
it's obvious,
right? So I want to encourage that healthy kind of lifestyle.
Yeah.
The second is that we provided for a fully equipped gymnasium within the estate. So if you do your joggings and you want to lift some weights, there's going to be a dedicated place for that. Then we've also provided a mini mart. Now, because we know that this is a small community here, 54 families. So it's not every time that you dash to ShopRite to go buy something. But when you need the little provisions here and there are things that you can pick from the mini mart. So we provided that as well. Then we also have ensured that we provided for a very efficient biodigester system, a 60 cubic meter biodigester system, so that you don't have any issues with sewage treatment. We don't want anybody evacuating sewage here, as is the case in many estates. So we've also provided that facility. Our borehole, we actually did a 100-meter subsurface borehole. 100 meters. It costs a lot of money, but for us, it's about doing something that can last a lifetime and even more. Okay? So the water from there, from that aquifer itself, is pure already. But we're going to treat it further so that people can even drink it. That's the objective, to make it very, very portable. And then what's other thing? We have a green area and also a basketball court, a hardcore basketball court in the estate as well. Because the first thing that you see by the time you enter into the estate is that green area. So we're also very conscious about the ambience, how people feel, how it promotes health, how it promotes wellness within our estate. For us, is very, very, very key.
So tell us, where is this estate located?
So this is located right along Monastery Road. Monastery Road is ShopRite Road, okay? Novare, ShopRite, at Shangotedo. So right along the road there. It's off Monastery Road. That's where the estate is located. Yes, and then I will drop a Google pin so that your viewers and then your potential subscribers can also take a look at it and then come to what we've done here.
Yes, so thank you very much, my brother.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
Love you,
and cameraman, thank you very much. Thank you so much.